Fighting out of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC champion of the world, George Rush Sate-פייר!
I'm always afraid. Growing up, I had problems at school. I was getting picked on and bullied by a lot of the kids that were older, bigger, and stronger than me. 3 to 5 years when you're young is a big difference. I was a nerd too, a little bit, and it's not cool to be a nerd. At school, instead of thinking and being focused on what the teacher was explaining, I was trying to figure out a way that I would get out of the class with my school book and reach the bus before I got beat up by the kids that were bullying me. Cool people in the bus, they always sit in the back. I sit in front all the time, near the chauffeur, the driver, because I don't want to get beat up. So if something happened, he come to defend me. I had like Adidas pants. You know Adidas pants? I wore it one day. They used to come behind me and rip it. I used to be in underwear in front of everybody, and everybody laughed. I got very humiliated in front of everybody. Even some of the girls that I used to like, they were in the bus, they were laughing at me. So I couldn't really make friends, and it was very unpleasant environment for me. I talked one time. I told my dad one time, only one time. My dad was drinking, and it was a big problem back in the day. One time at school, I come back with some bruise. And when I come home, I had a talk with my dad. My dad, he grabbed me, he said, "What the hell happened to you? What's going on in school?" I didn't want to tell, but he shake me and he say, "You have to tell me." So I cry and I tell him the truth. I say, "It's like today in the school bus, there's a kid that he beat me. But I cannot do anything, you know, because he's stronger than me and he's bigger than me. So even though I try to defend, he always get the upper hand." So it was a tough time for me. So my dad took me to a karate school, a local karate school. Home I had problem. I went to school, I had problem. Yeah, it was bad. There's nowhere I was good, you know. The only place I was good is when I competed in karate. And people give me a pat on the back. "Hey, it's a good job, you did well." It's like, it's rewarding, it feels good to have some kind of positive comment. When I was a kid, I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I didn't like myself. I didn't like what I saw in myself, because I wanted to change my environment. And martial art taught me that if you want to change your environment, you want to change yourself, you need to love yourself first. And I learned how to love myself. I didn't love right away in the beginning who I was, but I love who I could become. And I wanted to become that person that I visualize, the idea George Saint-Pierre that I could become. That's when I start training. And that's when I start looking at people in the eyes instead of looking down. And when I shake someone's hand, I firm grip. And when the teacher was asking a question before, I was always like this, always the last to answer. Now I was taking charge. "Hey, I know the answer, 5 plus 5, it's 10, for example." Yeah, I exteriorized myself. I got out of my comfort zone. And it started building up my confidence. And you know, like in life, the bully, it's like a predatory animal. It will never hunt the strong alpha male. It will go for the weak. And it's the same thing. So I wish I could tell you I get out of my bullying because I kick all their ass because I've learned karate, but that's not how it happened. It happened because I gained confidence. And by gaining confidence, I became someone different. I became a different person. Confidence is not a state of mind, it's a choice, man. You can build it in your head. When something bad happens, you build it and try to work on your person to build it. This is something you can work on yourself, you know? And that's what I've been doing. Being the strongest man in the world, that was my dream when I was young. That's why I did UFC. I wanted to be the stronger man in the world. And I realized over the years, it did not exist. You cannot be the stronger man in the world. This is an illusion. It doesn't exist. You would be strong. You would be a better fighter than this guy in that particular day, at that particular location, at that particular moment. Maybe we're three guys. I beat you, you beat him, he beat me. Who's the best guy? There's no best guy. I'm not the person I was in the past. I have a great career in mixed martial art, but in the schoolyard,
That's so good.
my record is not very good. Before every fight, I ask myself always, shit, what the hell I'm doing here? Why did I choose to come back? Oh my God. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm afraid. Seit-פייר, you ready?
There's champions, and there's the elite champion.
The greatest champion in UFC welterweight history, ladies and gentlemen, George St-פייר.
Seit-פייר connects again, and it's over! And it's over! No, we're thinking of him. George St-פייר is the new welterweight champion! Tonight, the future has become the present!
Unbelievable shot.
Very wobbly. He goes to two. Left hand, good right hand. Answered by GSP. Underneath. Fishing on that knee. Head kick. Another takedown. Look at that right hand.
This building is as loud as any in mixed martial arts, especially when GSP is fighting.
It is going to be so hard for anyone to stop this.
George St-פייר represents the best in mixed martial arts today.
In a lot of ways, he is the perfect fighting machine.
George St-פייר dominant in every phase of the game, standing up and on the ground.
Oh, finest pound-for-pound fighters on the planet.
Nice Superman punch.
Everything he has is as high level as exists in mixed martial arts.
Knees. More knees by GSP.
They are on their feet, 20,000 plus.
Spinning back kick. St-פייר, relentless in his attack.
You want to talk about a dominating victory.
Takedowns, clinch, jiu-jitsu, knees.
He is the most complete fighter in the UFC.
He's constantly searching for the impossible goal of perfection.
This guy's been unstoppable.
That is, without a doubt, the top contender at 170 pounds.
A hero, an icon, a legend.
The wrestling of George St-פייר is just so sensational.
He is the all-time best in UFC history.
What were you going to say?
Listen, everyone, it was a lot of talk about what's going to happen. I have a bunch of stuff in my life happening. I need to hang up my glove for a little bit.
Are you retiring right now? Is that what you're saying?
I have to go away for a little bit at least.
Is this the end?
If you're a champion and you're satisfied, you retire, man, because you're going down. You finish. You're gonna get hurt. You play hockey, play baseball, play football. You don't play fighting. We're not in WWE.
Yeah.
It's my life on the line here.
Yes.
I don't care about the business. I do what is the best for my interest to me.
Sure you have to.
I have to be selfish, and I am selfish. I say it openly. It's a sport that I can die, man. You can die in this sport, and this is the truth. But I had this talk with Ronald McDonald at one point. I was like, hey, why you like fighting? Oh, I guess I like to fight. So you like to fight? It's like, fuck no, I don't like to fight. And everybody in the room turn around, they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, you guys are all crazy. You think I like to fight in a cage in front of millions of people, maybe get humiliated, knocked out, or die? Are you crazy? I don't like to fight. Are you nuts? When you win, the feeling is unbelievable. It's so good that it's worth this.
Yeah.
I'm not only driven by money. It's good to have money. We like money. It drives us all, including myself. But it's not the unique thing that drives me. It needs to be more than money. There need to be some kind of achievement thing that comes with it. Personally, for me, to achieve something that is unique, that is rare, that maybe that never been attempted before. You know, that would be something that excites me. If I do it, it would be the first time that excites me. Yeah. That really turned me on. There's a lot of things that turn me on in life. Is women, dinosaurs, and this. The people that say don't. That really make me going crazy.
What a moment as George St-Pierre makes his return tonight. Oh, yeah. That got Miss Pig's attention. Now a spinning attack. Oh! GSP drops Miss Pig. Oh, big elbows from St-Pierre. Miss Pig
on the back.
to give up the back.
It's over. It's over, Joe. It's over, Joe. It's over, Joe. It's over.
George St-Pierre has done it. He is the new UFC middleweight champion. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
George St-Pierre is a two-division UFC champion.
He is now, without argument, the greatest champion in UFC history.
A few years ago, I drove my car. I see a tall guy coming at me, and he begged for money. Put down my window. This guy, I swear it's true story. This guy, when I was young, he was beating me up in the bus all the time. He had like Adidas pants. He was like taking off, so I was like in underwear in front of everybody, in front of the girl. He hurt me a lot, like back in the day. I said, hey, wait a second. I park the car, go talk to him. I said, what the hell you doing here, man? He's like, and he thought I would be angry because when he see me, he saw his reaction, like shoot, like now I'm world champion, you know,
right.
like I can beat him up. You don't know if he should run or not, you know.
Right.
Back in the day, he was like 3 years older than me, was bigger, he was beating me up in the bus, this guy. So I go to him, I say, what you do here, man? He's like, he's like, yeah, I know, but things doesn't go well for me, you know. It's like, man, you're a tall guy, you're good looking. He's like, what you doing here, man? It's like, I give him what I have left on me, you know. Like, I don't remember, like 100 something, you know. I give him, I say, get out of here, man. It's like, you're full of potential. It's like, get out of here, man. Like, when I was young, when I wanted to be like you, you're a tall guy, man. You're good looking. It's like full of potential. And he say, thank you, George. He get out, then I don't hear about him. A few months later, I go to my parents' house for having dinner. Then my dad say, hey, you know who come to the house a few days ago? This guy. He said you met him in the street, but now he said he came to thank you. He wanted to talk to you, but I said you don't live here, and I didn't want to give you a number. But he said, look, George, he talked to me, and he said he changed my life. Now I have a job, and I feel good. I just want to say thank you to him. And it feels so good. Kind of a relief now.
Yeah.
One time in my life, I told my dad what happened because I came back with a black eye. So I told him. So my dad, what he did. He goes to the house, talk to the dad. He say, listen, can you tell your son to stop hitting my son in the bus because he need to be focused on the school? When my dad came back, he said, hey, I went to talk to his dad. He's gonna stop. So he said that his dad was like drinking and stuff, and he was beating the shit out of his son. Oh. So the way this guy learned to communicate, that's the way he was communicating with me. So we say good and bad. He was not a bad person. To my version of life, from my perspective, he was a terrible person back then. He was terrible. I wanted to kill him. He made my school time miserable, man. I was humiliated all the time. But through his eyes, it was a different story. Just to say that when I met him, it feels so good. Just to meet him in the street and make kind of a peace, better than a revenge. I still give it to you if you do that to me. That make me feel much better than if I would like beat him up.
Yeah.